was over, did you? You thought my previous video game battle was my last video on Crash and Spyro for a while, huh? Guess what, my children? You thought wrong. It's time to conclude everything with Crash and Spyro's first games on the PS2, made by Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games respectively. Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex, versus Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Let's see how these two games hold up to their predecessors on the PS1, then compare them to each other. Starting with Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. The plot begins with Uka Uka complaining to Cortex and his minions about their previous failures of defeating Crash Bandicoot. For a new plan to eliminate Crash, Cortex comes up with a new super weapon, aka a Super Bandicoot, Crunch Bandicoot. And for power sources, Uka Uka uses the powers of the elemental masks. Aku Aku hears all of this, and it is up to our heroes to stop Cortex once again and collect all 25 crystals just like before. As for gameplay, well, it's alright, but to be honest, it feels exactly the same as Crash Bandicoot Warped. You still go through similar warp rooms and collect crystals to get to the next boss in Warp Room, and all of the other stuff that was in the previous Crash games. One major difference is Coco is now fully playable, but to be honest, her gameplay, despite some differences, is almost identical to Crash's gameplay. You still ride vehicles and stuff, and well, that's about it. I will admit though, the graphics are stunning for early PS2 standards, but overall this game is kinda underwhelming. What the heck happened? Well, there's still hope. Let's see how Spyro Into the Dragonfly holds up. The plot is Spyro, Sparks, Hunter and Bianca are celebrating the new arrival of Dragonfly Guardians for the baby dragons. However, the party is interrupted when Ripto somehow comes back from the dead from Spyro 2 and plans to capture all of the dragonflies to weaken the baby dragons. However, a spell misfires and instead scatters all of the dragonflies around the realms, so Spyro and Sparks must go on another adventure to regain all of the dragonflies. Now for the gameplay. Oh, come on, not you as well, Spyro, come on! The gameplay, just like Wrath of Cortex, is exactly the same as Spyro Year of the Dragon. We're still collecting gems, getting dragonflies in the same way as collecting dragon eggs, and we're still doing side missions which are not as fun nor as challenging as Spyro 3. I will give it credit for adding new fire breaths like the electric breath, which are pretty cool, and the visuals are also really good too. But overall, this game is also underwhelming, and why is Stuart Copeland's music so poor compared to the previous games? Naughty Dog! Insomniac Games! What happened to you guys? Why are your new Crash and Spyro games not as good as the previous games? Why? Wait a minute. They weren't made by you guys? Well, what are you guys making right now? Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank? Hell no! You can't be serious! So this is why Crash 4 and Spyro 4 are underwhelming games. How could you, Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games? And how could you, Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank? You know what? That's it. I regret ever making reviews on you guys. I'm gonna delete them from YouTube. See? All done. I'll teach you for ruining Crash and Spyro on the PS2. I'm done with this crap. Good day. If you thought this was serious, then you did not know that today is 1st of April, meaning April Fools! Oh, come on, you guys wouldn't think I would act like those old school Crash and Spyro fans, would you? Would you? Anyway, yeah, this wasn't really a video game battle, just a wee joke I did out of boredom. Oh, and I don't hate Crash 4 and Spyro 4 admittedly, I just don't think they're as good as the PS1 games. Anyway, yeah, later.